So today I want to go over tiling using a digital image. We're going to rotate it and then grid it out. Next, we're going to lay out that same grid on our paper. Now, one thing that I wanted to show you is this, my palette is actually a midtone, and you can see that that 3 is pretty much the same as my palette. Now I'm going to mix up a midtone. I'm mixing up my midtone value a little lighter. The reason is that as it dries, this color will dry darker, and this is called a drying shift. Ideally, I want my 3 to be the same, this 3 and this 3. And when I look at this is too light, just tiny bit too light. So I'm going to just add a tiny bit more of dark paint to it. So now I'm taking that 3 and I'm going to cover the entire painting with that value. My midtone looks good when it's dry. Now I'm regrading the painting. Now I've covered up my reference with screenshots, and I'm going to focus on the first quadrant. I like to start with darks and then move to lights. So in this case, I'm starting with a 4 value. Now I'm adding in my 2 value. Now I'm adding in my 1s and 5s. And at some point I actually go back and paint a few 3s. Let's move on to the second quadrant. Now I put some 2s in, 3s in, a 4 in. My palette was getting messy, so I remixed my value scale here. And this concludes tiling with a digital reference on the computer screen.